welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I am your NXT Predictions Champion, Trevin, joined as always by our main roster Predictions Champion, Caleb, with a successful retention this weekend.
Which makes me the main roster Prediction Champion with the most successful defenses.
Yes.
And now I'm going for longest reigning.
Because we did the math, I held it for 6 months in terms of dates.
And I am at 4.
Yes. And Belt Lizak is behind the camera as our cameraman and producer.
As always, except for the, 2 episodes where he hasn't been here.
Yeah. He's usually here, though. Yeah. But we are here to talk about Monday Night Raw, the Raw after the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. And it was Garbanzo.
Man, Garbanzo beans. Dude, what happened? I get that you brought back a certain someone and fans did. Man, this was the deadest crowd I have ever heard. It's like these people bought the tickets and they're like, well,
I gotta get my money's worth.
I have to go. And they just did not want to participate.
And the internet has been so effing divided.
Yeah, I'm glad I follow a lot of the people that don't like what's happening.
But there is a side of the internet that says, F it, WWE ball.
They say, oh my God, we love him. We love him. And then we're all just standing in there like, it's two dumb bitches telling each other exactly. Yeah. That's all this boils down to. Yes. Two dumb bitches saying, exactly.
Yeah. But we also had a production meeting and we made the executive decision of we will not cover any segments involving He Who Shall Not Be Named. But luckily, He Who Shall Not Be Named didn't show up this episode, so we can cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not like we want to, though, because as we mentioned, this episode was mid-AF.
Let's see. Let's get some headlines out. We learn Seth's faction's name.
Yep.
We get a new challenger for Becky. A third El Grande Americano has hit the field.
Technically a fourth.
A fourth has hit the roster. And we get a world title match. Also... Big hat.
Big hat. Big hat, best part of show.
Grande hat. I forget the word for hat in Spanish.
Grande capo? No.
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I know I got to that part in Duolingo, but I'm drawing a blank.
In Duolingo. Yeah. You're not the one who is actually Hispanic. I should know how to speak Spanish.
But anyway, speaking of that world title match, we open with Seth opening up the show, being Monday Night Rollins, and now your world heavyweight champion, the Raw World Champion, and he finally drops the name of the faction, officially dubbed on social media after all the mentions of it were capitalized. It is the Vision.
That's lame as hell.
Well, I mean, it's Paul's the Oracle.
Yeah.
Does that
it's not his faction.
Does that make it any cooler?
We have the Visionary as the leader of the faction.
Does that make it any cooler?
No.
Yeah, no, I think it's a lame ass name.
Yeah. It's we waited so long for that?
It could be worse.
Yeah, it could.
It could always be worse.
Yeah. So many people were thinking that they were going to dub the faction the Future after all the amount of times they referenced themselves as the Future.
In my head, I was kind of hoping that they would go the stupid route that never works. The New Shield or the Shield 2.0. They did it what they show people. They know that this naming convention doesn't work for tag teams, and yet they said, let's do it for a program. Let's take NXT and put 2.0 on it. And let's see if that gets people to view.
And instead of black and gold, we'll make it every other color.
It was the ugliest shit that I've ever seen. A discount version of Saturday Morning Slam, but with actual storylines. And if you know Saturday Morning Slam, you a real one. And you probably grew up around the same time that we did. You definitely didn't catch it, but I know that someone pinned a referee, or a referee pinned someone in the match. And that was an official win. So, NXT 2.0 didn't make sense. And I just wanted the Shoe 2.0 to be the name because I would have loved to point at life and go, ha ha, you're stupid.
Yeah. But Seth is basically saying that as they are the future, and now that he is back on top as world champion, no one can stop them now. LA Knight.
Yeah. He comes out to say, look, the only reason why you're there is because you faked an injury to get out of an ass whooping.
Yeah, it's like, no. I'll give you your flowers. You played everyone. But here's the thing is that by technicality, even if you were devising some master plan, some way of making sure that your cash-in was under the rug, I'm technically the last one to ever pin you. So I think that gives me a shoo-in as leader of the line for the world title picture.
Yeah, and Seth just goes, you want a shot at the title? You want a shot at the title? No.
Yep. And Adam Pearce walks out being like, no. Seth. Things usually have an order around here, but it's order around here has all been out of whack because you hired a medical staff to lie to WWE's medical staff, saying your injury's worse than it was. You lied to your GM, who had to then make his job more difficult by switching schedules around. So, basically he says, to hell with order, it will be LA Knight and Seth Rollins in our main event for the World Heavyweight Championship tonight.
It's like, there's a lot of paperwork and, what the hell, tonight.
Yep. And Seth walks off pissed, and LA's just like, you ain't running from the smoke.
Yeah, and that is our main event. So we'll talk more about this match when we get to it. But now we start with a fight. And you know what Monday night is great for? Fight night.
Yep.
It's Sheamus and Rusev.
Baby!
3.
Yep.
And ends in the double count out. I mean, we're going to describe the match.
Yes.
I mean, there's not really a match to describe.
No.
It was more of just a big-ass brawl the whole time.
Basically, these two men entered this ring looking to beat the living snot out of each other. And they did. And then, they eventually get outside of the ring. Rusev hits his version of the 10 beats, and then Sheamus recovers a little bit after Rusev celebrates a little bit, and he's like, you mother, and hits him with the actual factual 10 beats. And speaking of 10, after Sheamus hits 5, the ref screams 10, and the bell rings, and both men realize, oh shoot, none of us technically won this. But since the match is over,
We brawl.
Yep. He's like, no one can technically stop us.
Yeah. So they fight to the back, and we will see them throughout the night.
Yep. They basically brawl the entire rest of this episode.
There are 2 things that make this show worth it, and we're going to see 1 in this upcoming match, and 2 we're going to see throughout the show. It is the best running gag this episode.
Yep. The two gags that happened with the brawl where Bliss and Flair were making their way into the ring, and all of a sudden, before they hit a crosswalk, we just see from the other direction, Sheamus and Rusev still squabbling, and Flair and Bliss just follow them with their heads, and they're like, man, Raw's weird.
And then when they keep walking, all of a sudden you just hear ding, like a fucking pipe fell over.
Yeah.
And then we'll see them later on in the night when Sami Zayn is in their backstage segment. They're like, congrats on your win on Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
And
Advertise Carrion's book a little bit.
yeah, and what's next?
Bah!
Yeah, as soon as he's gonna go speak, Sheamus and Rusev brawl, and Rusev clocks Sammy.
Yep, Sammy tries to then insert himself into the brawl, but security's holding them back. Sammy talks with Pierce, and he gets a little run-in with Rusev next week as he wants to cash in that receipt.
Yep, and that is that running gag, and now the...
The best running gag of the episode.
It's not even a running gag because we only see it twice, really.
Yes.
But it is the absolute best part of the show. And the fact that it happened within the first hour of a 2.5 hour long show. It is Penta v. Grayson Waller. Now, this match gets set up earlier on in the night.
Yep. Because the New Day are still in mourning. And, you know, Kofi's wearing a little mourner's veil,
And
being respectful.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back to a time. Scary Movie 3. There is a gag with the sheriff where every time she appears on screen, her hat gets bigger. It starts off as a normal sheriff's hat, turns into a cowboy's hat, then turns into what the fuck Xavier Woods is wearing. This thing was out to here. I think my left hand might be off screen, but that is how big it was.
It literally...
I'll lean.
People had to
It
go
was
around...
this big.
People had to go around it to walk down the hallway.
It was the best. And you know, we're thinking, okay, well, it's just for the backstage segment. It's just for the backstage segment. They set up the match. You know, Grayson Waller and Penta are going at it in the match.
Grayson gets thrown out to ringside onto the ramp side. Grayson's looking a little defeated, and he...
New Day rocks. I don't know how the theme goes. Here comes the New Day, and here comes Kofi, and it made me so happy. He is still wearing the fuck ass hat. Xavier Woods walks out with the big, beautiful hat. And
they join commentary, which is like, they're no longer the champs. I'm chill with it.
no, they didn't even join commentary.
Oh, they didn't?
They just stood there.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad for everyone who was sitting right behind Xavier. I feel bad for every single person who was sitting right behind him. Move your fuck ass hat, bro.
Yes, but Penta gets the win after hitting what commentary referred to as a Mexican destroyer, but it happened so fast I was like, oh, a reverse hurricanrana.
It was a move.
Yeah.
It was a move.
Yeah, but Penta picks up the win, and then New Day decide, you know what? Grayson's trying to be our boy. Let's cut him some slack and get some of our own anger out a little bit. So they get in the face of Penta, and Penta decides, you know, I still got some gas in me. Bah!
And he starts taking on the New Day. He throws them out the ring, and Xavier is left behind his fuck ass hat.
Yep.
And who decides to wear it? None other than Penta. He puts it on. He does his little fuck ass walk.
And then the cleanest frisbee tossed I have ever seen.
And I told Trevin, because we played disc golf outside of this.
Yeah.
He needs to throw his discs like that.
Because right now my main throw is tomahawk style.
And it's good, I guess, for Johnson because it's a lot of downhill, but
I'm learning. I'm practicing.
it's been 5 years.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Throw him under the bus, why don't you?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, the worst part is this isn't going to be edited out. So we get to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, they come out to talk about being the new champions.
Yep. And Flair almost says the F word.
Fuck?
No. Friend.
Oh.
Although it would be funny.
I was gonna say fun.
Yeah.
F is for friends who do
stuff
stuff
together.
together. Wait, no, they're not friends. We can't use the fun song.
No. But they are going to have some fun together as the Judgment Day comes out requesting a rematch. They handily lose it.
Yeah, they do get some decent offense in, but you got to remember, these are new champs. They're not going to lose them the first night.
Yeah.
And also, it's Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Something.
Charlotte Flair says, this might be the first time that I've got a You Deserve It chant.
Yeah. Yeah, but another thing that happened is that when they were hitting the ending spot, Flair was the legal person, but obviously it's a Bliss match. You want her to hit a Sister Abigail DDT. So the ref, as loud as she could, I feel like, good old Jessica Carr,
Says, tag Bliss.
yep. And I just look at Kayla being like, did the ref have to remind Flair of her spot?
And I was like, yeah, she did. I don't think she had to remind her. I just think that she was, I guess, far from the rope, like far from Bliss.
Yeah, and I think they were trying to remind them of time as well. It's like, hey, we got to hit the end.
Yeah.
They might have had like a suicide dive or an apron spot that they might have cut, and that's why the ref said it. But it was just a funny spot.
Yeah, she said tag Lex, and I was like, what the fuck? That is a loud ass call. What are you, John Cena in the mid 2010s? Early 2010s, mid 2010s?
Irish
That's
Whip.
when I really Irish whip. Like, bro, we can hear you. The corner has mics.
Hit me with an elbow.
Yeah, hit me with an elbow.
Yes.
Randy. Sound like LeBron fucking calling a play. JR, hey! Gordon will like that reference.
Yeah.
Now, we get to a match with Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
And they advertise that these two participants will be part of the Fatal 4-Way main event of Triple Mania for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yep. AAA Mega Championship. Now, the other two participants are, of course, the AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Vikingo.
Got it.
And then we have El Grande Americano.
Who is actually... He has mixed opinions in WWE universe, but the AAA audience loves him.
Yeah, so this match is going on, and it is honestly a banger of a match. Probably the best match that we have on the night.
Yeah, no.
They're going back and forth. I'm really loving how their styles mesh together with Dom being a taller luchador.
Mm-hmm.
It is very fun to see him be able to be like the tall, like a tall fall. It's not base because he's not the, I guess base.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. He's able to play both the big man and striker role in these types of matches.
Yeah, and then, you know, it's going so good that it has to go wrong.
El Grande Americano active.
Yeah, so Ludwig runs out in current El Grande gimmick wear, and he starts arguing
Yep.
with the ref, and then
Pete Dunne El
Pete
Grande
Dunne El Grande
Americano
Americano.
goes for a cheap shot on Dragon, but Dragon Lee catches it, takes him out, stumbles a little bit to regain his footing.
and then a third El Grande Americano has entered the ringside area.
EGA the fourth.
He does a step up enziguri from the ropes to Dragon Lee, which leads to a 619, which leads to a splash, which then leads to a 1-2-3.
Yep.
So El Grande the fourth is Tyler Bate.
Yep. And we believe this is how they tell the story of that new faction they were hinting at, Forms.
Man,
This is the effiest way of forming this new faction.
Why couldn't this just be Imperium?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just have Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne join Imperium?
Because Gunther didn't want them in Imperium.
Why keep out people that are going to make your faction rings better?
Yeah.
I'm just scared that one of these is going to end up being Ilya.
Oh no. He is close to end of recovery estimate.
September.
Yeah, next month. But Dom's contemplating getting a couple licks in Dragon League, being like, you insulted me, also soften you up for the Triple Mania match. They don't want none.
Yeah, here comes AJ Styles to fend off the jumping.
Yep. And to get his licks in, being like, listen, the boot, because in an earlier segment, he was like, listen, the boot was clever, but you're eventually going to run out of tricks. And when you do, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, and he almost hits Dom with the boot, but Dom escapes.
Yep.
And then AJ throws the boot at him.
Yep.
And it causes him to stumble.
Yeah.
All right, so we're almost done.
Almost done. Chugging along.
We get a backstage segment where Bailey is looking for Lyra. Lyra approaches Bailey and she goes, look, I don't care what you have to say.
I don't care what you were trying to do on Saturday. But
because of you, I can't challenge for this title again. And Bailey's like, look, I know how much that means. She's like, no, you don't. You don't get it. So just stay out of my life.
One of these two is going to SmackDown.
It has to be Lyra, doesn't it? I feel like
Yeah.
Wasn't Bailey just on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be Lyra because you don't want to send Bailey right back to the same division she was in. But I mean, she is going to be a huge boost to SmackDown's match quality for sure.
Yes.
It's going to suck losing her on Raw
But
if she gets traded.
Yeah. But Becky.
Now we have to. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Becky, having recently retained it, now decides, hey, Bailey's out and defeated. I've also beaten her, and now Lyra is out of the picture. So the opportunity title now finally has opportunities. So who's up?
Nikki Bella. And this promo sucks. Not Nikki, of course. Nikki actually holds her own on the mic. Becky does for a while until she says, oh, like you're...
I celebrated
this with my hot husband.
Who also won a title while you're over here celebrating your successes with oh wait, you can't see him anymore. And the crowd was just like, oh no, she didn't.
Can we get any more material for a Nikki Bella feud? Because it was the same thing with Punk's feuds. Can you stop mentioning he worked for a different company and that he took his ball and went home? Give us new material.
That's what we liked about Gunther, is he didn't mention it at all. He's just like, look, I'm just looking to beat the snot out of you.
He says, look, you claim you're the best in the world. I have this, so I must be best in the world, so let's just test it.
Gunther was seriously a breath of fresh air in Punk feuds.
Yes. Yes, he was. Oh my God, yes, he was.
And now it was reported that he does have a fracture in his nose and will be out indefinitely.
So, he will be back in 2 weeks. With a face mask.
But Nikki challenges Becky for the IC championship, and Becky is like, look, I get you want a shot at this, but...
She said, look, the reason why we've never gone one-on-one is...
Bop.
Drops her, leaves.
And then Alpha Academy, or whatever they want to call themselves now, because it's half done.
Alpha Babes, I guess.
Yeah. Stop Becky in the hallway, and Natalia's like, listen, Becky, that was not cool. And Becky's like, Nikki's just trying to get more on the up and but I'm looking to make this opportunity. Like, and then Natalya's like, then how about we go for that title? And Becky's like, sure, challenge accepted. And Natalya's like, all right. And Becky's like, no, not you, her, and points at Maxine. And she's like, wait, what?
Maxine Dupree. That's how they used to say their names.
Yep. And
When LA Knight was Max Dupree.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Maxine's just like, hold up, wait a minute.
Me? What? What'd you say fuck me for?
Yeah.
You said fuck 50. Why fuck 50? Why fuck me?
What I do?
Yeah, so I think that's next week.
Yeah.
It'll be Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch for the Women's IC Championship.
Other matches that were confirmed next week, as we already mentioned, Sami and Rusev. And another match is for the Women's World Championship. It is Io Sky versus Naomi next week as well.
And I've seen so many people praying that Io wins, and I'm like, bro, can Naomi have a fucking couple month run with the fucking title? So far, and let me tell you, the bar is very fucking low. So far, she is the best booked women's world champion. She actually wrestles on screen, and unlike, what happened to her last night was a disservice. She had a promo last night. Did you know this?
Yeah, I did.
It
was a commercial break promo.
Yeah. Your women's world champions live promo can't make broadcast in the US? I know you just brought back a certain someone, but is it really just fuck the women's division at this point? Because it kind of feels like it is. But,
It is.
now we get to this fuck-ass main event that was not even that fucking good.
No.
Did not need to be main event. It could have been on main event. And then it would have been better, probably.
Yeah. LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. And,
DQ.
yeah. CM Punk comes in, causing the DQ as he tries to get his revenge on Seth. And it doesn't go well. As the match is over, the people who were banned from ringside can come back to ringside.
Yep, and old man Punk gets murdered.
Yep.
With a flying spear.
Yep. And Seth is celebrating with the title he is able to go home with tonight. And the credits start rolling.
You know, you get the executive producer. You get the corner card logo, and I'm like, you know what? It's not over. I just feel like it's not over.
Do.
As soon as they start posing on the ramp, Roman comes out and starts laying waste, but of course, the numbers advantage.
Yeah. Seth runs from the smoke. They are saving their brawl.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be Mania 42.
Yes.
Which I think means Roman's winning another Rumble. Fuck.
Or Chamber.
Can Punk just win a goddamn Rumble, please?
Because here's the thing, Caleb, is I reminded this back when you brought up Punk, and I said...
It's in Saudi, yes,
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so
it's probably gonna be fucking Sammy.
Yeah.
Alright, the best part about this segment is they steal Roman's shoes again.
Yeah.
Another Shula Fala has been made.
Yep. Or they'll just keep tying them together and make a one big Shula Fala.
Yeah, man. Roman ate 3 tsunamis, so I think it's safe to say he is written off for now. But then again, he is different.
Yeah.
So
He is, along with Cody, heading to record Street Fighter, but as Cody's the champion, they are playing different characters in different story beats and lines. But I brought it up of I guess some of their calls and some of their scenes will be done in time for Clash, technically, because Cody is advertised for Clash now, as of post SummerSlam.
Yeah. You know what Actually, you know what the best part of this Raw was? No Jey Uso.
Yeah, I
They
pointed
finally did it.
a Monday night without Jay.
Even though I said this car was absolute mid. Man, it is crazy how what happened Sunday just
Knock the wind out of people's sails.
they had, and I shit you not, Cena's probably best match since 2017 out there. It was like an out of body experience. Like it was that good of a match. And then you somehow make Travis Scott seem like a smart decision.
Hey, yo.
I would have much rather had Travis Scott be the one that came out. Eminem. Fuck it. Anybody in the rap game. I would have preferred Drake, and I hate that man.
Mr. Beast. People are already memeing it's going to be a Mania match, him versus Logan. Just start setting it up. Why the F not?
You know what I thought would have been just a better substitute if you wanted a wrestler that people know that he faced, that people remember fondly? Rob Van Dam. If One of a Kind would have fucking hit, One of a Kind, bro, the fucking roof would have exploded more than for fuck ass man that's named 44 times in the Silver Suit, apparently. Is that all the hints you need? I think it's all the hints you need.
That's it for this episode of Raw.
That's it for this episode of Raw. That's it for this episode of Disqualified. I am your main roster predictions champion. Remember, that is 2-time, and that is the most successful defenses, Caleb. That is your NXT predictions champion, Trevin. That is behind the camera, our cameraman and producer, Zach, who is beltless. And we will see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell 3 times so you know the match is over. Thank you for your time and peace. Oh, wait! No NXT tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah. Bye!